What's up, guys? Welcome back. On this episode of Project Dumpster Fire, we're going to try to give the old bird a little makeover, but in order to do that, we must first try our best to clean up those Cragars right back there. So I picked up these 6 Cragars, the 2 15 by 10s I got for 50 bucks, and the 4 14s I got for 50 bucks. So I have $100 worth of used Cragars here, and as you can see, they are really nasty, they're flaking, and they're rusting. So we got to try to do something about that. And I think I have a solution. What I'm going to try to do first is clean the wheels, obviously with water and probably a little bit of soap. And then I'm going to hit them with this chrome wheel cleaner from Meguiar's. It's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to help clean up chrome really well. There's not much chrome left on some of these wheels, but we're going to give that a shot. We're also going to use some steel wool to try to clean up the rust as best as possible. And then we're going to hit it hard with the Naval jelly. I'd like to thank my competition for the No Name Nationals, Dustin Ransom for Dutch Guy's Garage. He gave me the tip about Naval jelly, and I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to brush it on, let it sit, and we're going to see if we can make these wheels look just a little bit better than they do now. As you can see, super flaky, and that's okay. They'll go perfect with the Ratty Road Runner. So once we get these cleaned up, we will throw them on the Road Runner and see what they look like. This is after, without Naval jelly. As you can see, the wheel is still really rusted, but a lot of the insignificant rust is gone. Same with the backside. The backside turned out pretty good, you know, all things considered. I'm not taking too much time on these wheels, especially this one, because this is the worst conditioned one. But if you compare this one to one of the other ones that I haven't even touched yet, it's actually pretty remarkable, the difference. So take a look at that one again, and let's go take a look at one of the ones that hasn't been touched. So we'll see what we can do with the rest of these and hopefully get them looking nice and chromy once again. Okay, the 15 by 10s have been hit with the wheel cleaner. We're going to try to knock down some of the rust with some steel wool, and then we'll try the Naval jelly and see how these things turn out. Out of the two 15 by 10s, this one's the worst. It has not been hit with steel wool yet, but I did hit this one with steel wool, and it came out pretty good for what it, for what it is. These wheels are pretty trashed, and I am not too mad about that. You know, you can still see some of the pitting and some of the rust, and I really didn't put that much time into this. I'm sure I could have gotten it better, but that'll be good for now. Let's see how good we can get this one with just the steel wool. I just want to demonstrate how good this steel wool works on these wheels. Just watch this. Okay. Now we'll hit it with some water. So look at that. That's pretty remarkable. Let's see how it does on this stuff right here. That's real time. Couple seconds. Amazing. Here is the worst so far. Way better than it was. Both of these have been rinsed. I'm gonna knock down some of the rust on the backside. As a matter of fact, let's take a look. Okay, there's one. And there's the other. So we'll see how these turn out. And of course, it has just started raining. Raining on my parade. But I think these will turn out just fine. Watch the magic of steel wool. I mean, if that doesn't sell you on a quick steel wool detail of $50 Cragars, technically I spent $25 on one and $25 on the other for a $50 pair. Remarkable. These are going to turn out great for what they are. All right, it is the next day after work, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the 15 by 10s with some Naval jelly. They turned out pretty good with just a good clean and some work with steel wool, but we'll throw some Naval jelly on there and see if we can get any better results. These guys here will get steel wool and then Naval jelly, and we'll see how they turn out. All right, these have been coated liberally with Naval jelly. We'll let them sit for about 15 minutes and then we'll rinse those off, do the backside. This is after the Naval jelly. I don't see too much of a difference. Maybe a little bit of the really aggressive rust isn't, you know, as aggressive, I guess. This wheel's still flaking. Over here on this one, not too bad. Still, obviously, these are not perfect. I paid $50 for these two wheels, so I'm not expecting much, especially when they're going on that. These, we'll try to get that one and that one as good as that one, and we'll see. We'll hit them with the Naval jelly after they've all been steel wooled, and hopefully we can have some rusty diamonds on our hands. This is after steel wool. As you can see, still ratty. Knocked down some of the rust, but these were never meant to be perfect. They were just meant to look a little better than they did. So these ones are done on the face, so I'll flip those around, take the steel wool to the back of them, throw some Naval jelly on these guys, and then when I rinse the Naval jelly off those, I'll flip these, hit steel wool on the barrels, and hopefully these will be ready to go on the dumpster fire. These are all now coated in Naval jelly. A few more minutes left on these. We'll rinse them off, and then we'll give the back sides a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with some steel wool and then some Naval jelly. Same thing with that one, and we'll see how these turn out. This is just another example of how far steel wool can get you. This wheel, the inside has not had steel wool on it. This one has. All right, not perfect, but a hell of a lot better. You can definitely see the difference. All right, these have all been hit with steel wool. Obviously, you could spend all day trying to get them as good as possible. I just wanted them to be good enough just to show you what a big difference a little steel wool can make. I'm gonna hit the back sides of these with some Naval jelly, but I didn't see too much of a difference on the 15 by 10s, but I've got it, so why not use it? It's time to get the Cragars on the car. They are as cleaned up as I feel like getting them. It will be good enough for now, and I think the whole look of this Road Runner is going to change. And then we got to do something about that hood and get this thing running. I've got some parts on the way. Really excited about it. That's why I've been kind of working on some of the aesthetics, but this little 318 should be going here pretty soon. But for now, let's see what it looks like with Cragars. All right, guys, quick little lesson on unilugs. So with these Cragar mags, you're gonna get a shank style lug nut like this. And because it's a unilug bolt pattern, which means multiple bolt pattern, so one pattern is 5 on 4.5 for Mopars and Fords, and the other is 5 on 4 3/4 for Chevys. So logic says that we're gonna want our studs closer to the center of the wheel. With lug nuts for Cragar mags, you're probably gonna get an offset washer like this, and it will probably show you wheel side. So because we want to be closer to the center of the wheel, you're going to want to center this washer something like that. Now granted, I'm holding this wheel up with my feet, so you really can't see how it would actually be placed, but when I put the camera down, I'm going to lift the wheel with my feet and throw on the lug nut, and if I can get one started, I will go to the one directly across from it, which is either that one or that one, get that one started, and then work my way around. This is going to be a bitch, so I can't really hold the camera and do it at the same time. I just wanted to give you guys, for those of you that haven't messed with unilug wheels, I know that there's everybody watching this probably has, and they probably hate them just as much as I do, but these were $50, so you're not going to hear me complain. So let me get these mounted. Here's the end result of the wheel swap. So as you can see, just a simple wheel change can make a huge difference. I do have it in gear, but I got wheel chocks on this thing just in case. Those things gotta go. But yeah, this thing, I like it. I think it turned out really well. $100 worth of wheels changed the look of this car drastically. Of course, this tire doesn't hold air, but I wasn't planning on driving this car with these tires on it anyway. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how that turned out. This hood, something has to be done about that hood, and I have a plan. But yeah, that's what a set of $100 ratty ass Cragars can do for a ratty Mopar. No Mopar left behind.